To be candid, I'm not sure why he's here, but here is Mark Travis.
Appreciate that. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
My name is Mark Travis, and, well, I'm a magician. Kind of strange if you think about it, though. Because I don't really have any magical powers. See, I'm not like that Potter fellow. Never been to Hogwarts. Can't conjure up any spells. Can't whip up any potions. In fact, I don't even have a little magic wand to wave around. I know it's all kind of disappointing. Magic competition. My apologies. In fact, speaking of being disappointed, when I told my dad I wanted to be a magician, he was quite disappointed in me. So I needed to think about an honest profession. Maybe get an education, become a lawyer. Yeah, that was my reaction. So I got to thinking about it, and a few days later when he came home from work, there I was with my very first job. You see, I decided to become an entrepreneur. I can't even spell it like that education. But there I was in front of the house with my very first job. You see, I opened up a lemonade stand. Thought my dad would be proud. Of course, the first thing he pointed out was that, well, it would never work because you see my sign, it had a hole. But what he didn't realize is that hole was very important because you see inside that hole is where I kept my lemons. Yeah, the interesting thing is that when the lemon is inside the hole, now you can't see it, but I can feel it. It's when I take it out of the hole that it becomes visible. Yeah, see, it doesn't matter which side of the sign you look at, whether it's the front or the back. All you see is that it says lemonade. It's not until you reach inside the sign that you can find the lemons. Of course, my dad, he didn't want to encourage my magical ambitions. He thought it was a neat trick, but he was quick to point out that, well, I wasn't in the business to sell lemons. I was in the business to sell lemonade. What my dad didn't realize, though, is that while the lemon fits just fine inside the hole, well, the lemonade is a completely different story. Look, I gotta tell you, my dad, he didn't really care for plain lemonade. And he was quick to point it out. See, he only liked pink lemonade. Which was a good thing I was a Boy Scout. See, I learned to come prepared. It's just that my pink lemonade, I like to keep it inside my. Which I'm not really sure why he ever liked it, because, quite frankly, it tasted like sweaty feet. So maybe I don't need shoes for the rest of the show. Many years ago, the most famous magician of all stated that, well, if you're going to call yourself a magician, you should be able to adequately perform this next illusion. I performed it for you tonight because, well, I'm hoping that when you remember this moment in time, that you'll be able to say that you were entertained by a magician named Mark Travis, even though he didn't have any magical powers. Now, I will tell you that this illusion is so old. Have you ever heard the adage, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Well, this illusion is so old, it came before the chicken. And I can prove it. See, it dates back to somewhere around 3000 BC. BC, before chicken. Okay, maybe not. Now, I will tell you, of course you all know what this is. This is what we magicians refer to as the cups and balls. Now, I'm going to perform the cups and balls to a very ancient seafaring tale. The tale of three rather famous sailors. And with that being said, here we go. Rub-a-dub-dub. Three men, and 3 cubs went sailing out to sea. The first in tub 1, the second in 2, the third man in tub number 3. Now this tub was old, but its captain was bold. See, he was raring to go. So he jumped on the deck, but fell through the old wreck and landed here. Now the second old goat got on the same boat, and then things started to happen. He tripped on a pole, fell through the same hole, and landed on top of the captain. Now, man number 3, it was easy to see, was puzzled beyond comprehension. See? Puzzled. Yeah. So what did he do? He followed right through what he said. Oh, I dare not mention. Now, man number 1 was clearly not done for a clever idea had he. The plan he had gotten was to come from the bottom. But he landed in tub number 3. So he decided at last to climb over the mast, and he scrambled his way to the top. He was doing quite well until he slipped and he fell, and he landed down here with a plop. And so with a sigh, he decided to try his luck in tub number 1. But just as before, he fell through the floor, right back to where he started from. So he stayed just for fun in tub number 1. The second in tub number 2. The third jumped in 3. And they hollered with glee as the 3 of them all fell through. Until finally, man number 1 declared, "That's it, I'm done." And he headed off straight for the shore. But before night had fallen, why, the sea came a-calling, and he boarded the vessel once more. Man number 2 uttered, "No more! I'm through!" And he disembarked right on the spot. But he wasn't gone long, for he knew he was wrong, and he scurried his way back to the yacht. Or number 3 mumbled, "Oh, woe is me. I've been left all alone on the ship." So he too departed, but was back where he started before they sailed off on their trip. So to end the solution, I say, in conclusion, if you're thinking of sailing the sea, well then, rub a dub. Make sure that your tub is all that it's quacked up to be.